Hey guys, so we'll be starting now. Bhuvan, should we wait for Dr. Nikhil to join back or do we start?
I think we'll wait for Sir to join back.
Yeah, sounds
It
good.
seems like he has bad connection. Just a minute or so. I'll message him.
Hi, can someone confirm if you can hear me and see me?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Hi. Good afternoon, everybody present here. I'm Rachira Radhe, and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome all of you to our grand event, the IdeaX Challenge 2021. Here, all the participants will be presenting their unique ideas in applied sciences, data, artificial learning, machine learning through a presentation to Dr. Nikhil Jha, who will be our judge for today. And we're extremely grateful to have Dr. Nikhil Jha among us. So these ideas will be judged based on feasibility and preparedness. And every teammate will get 4 minutes to finish your presentation. And following this, Dr. Nikhilja will be cross questioning the participants based on the presentation. And also, he will be giving you very good insights and feedback about it. So now I'd like to invite Bhuvan, who is the representative of CoResolved and who collaborated with us to host this event, to tell us all about his organization. Over to you, Bhuvan.
Okay, you can see me, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, first of all, I want to thank the IIT Madras team for allowing us the opportunity to collaborate. It was a very good learning experience, and I think we're very excited to see what the students here have to present their ideas about. Now, a bit more about CoResolved. CoResolved is a startup determined to give students control over their academic and professional futures. We do this through our networking, research backing, connection with research institutes, and project grant bodies. We've also set up internship opportunities and community programs that help equip and prepare students better for their future endeavors. One example that I can share with you is we've set up Crisis, which is a center for research and innovation of sciences, sustainability, and social change. We've set it up very recently, and we aim to simulate a very similar experience here at IIT Madras. And I'm sure this is very new news. So Aryaman, towards the end, will give you a much better idea of the collaboration we're doing here with IIT Madras. It doesn't end just at this event. We have a lot more things planned, but. From the side of CoResolved, I want to thank everyone who's been a part of this, and all the best to all the students here. Ruchira, you can go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yes. Thank you so much, Bhuvan. So, a little bit about Dr. Nikhil Jha, our judge for today. So, Dr. Nikhil Jha is an applied economist with a PhD from University of Texas in Dallas, and he has experience in academia as a research fellow at the University of Melbourne and the analytics industry, working as a senior manager at Nielsen. He's published in numerous international journals and is currently working with St. Joseph's College in Bangalore. So we're extremely grateful to have you here with us. So thank you so much for joining us for IdeaX Challenge. So without further ado, we'll be getting right to it. So we have our team members here ready with their presentations. The first participant is going to be Ramesh Babu Lakshmanan. Ramesh, you have 4 minutes for your presentation.
My size is slightly smaller than Earth.
Yeah, hi. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Ramesh, we can hear you. Please
Okay.
go ahead.
Thank you. Let me share my screen. Is my screen clear?
Yes, Ramesh.
Is my screen visible? Okay. Hi, Nikija. Hi. I'm Ramesh. Currently
Ramesh,
pursuing.
really sorry to interrupt you, but it would be great if you could switch on your video.
Okay. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, Ramesh.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that. Hi, Nikija. Hello. My idea today is about reward redemptions based on the purchase behavior. I would just like to brief about what happens as far as the card transactions are concerned. So currently, as we see all over the world, there has been phenomenon surge in terms of card transactions. A brief statistics at the US geography itself tells that around $7 trillion worth of transactions are happening through card, which is credit card or debit card in 2019 alone. And after pandemic, the number has definitely surged. So one of the reasons why the card transactions or the cashless transactions happens is because of the ease of use. The other one is the accumulation of rewards for every purchase, right? Rather than paying by cash where we don't get any reward, if we use cards for the same transaction, we might get rewards which can be redeemed later. Now, there are many ways that redeem the points within the cards can be redeemed. For instance, you can either pay the whatever points that you accumulate over a period of transaction can be redeemed using as a cashback, or maybe redeemed in different stores based on the program that you have availed for. Right, and one of the key things to note here is every point cannot be equated to a single, I mean, 1 rupee. For instance, 1 point may not be 1 rupee. It may be 1 rupee, or it may be less than a rupee, depending on the terms and conditions that you have agreed with the financial institute or the card issuer, right? Now, the important problem as far as this is concerned is whenever we go for redeeming the reward points for your cards, you only get standard options from your financial institute. All right. For instance, I have faced this problem. I hold multiple credit cards, like Amex card and Citibank card. As far as Amex card is concerned, I am giving only an option of to redeem my reward points either in Tanishq, or I can get a cashback, or I may be able to redeem in terms of grocery purchases. And even I have a Citibank Gold card wherein I will be able to reward the points in terms in the petrol bunk, or maybe I can get a cashback. And the thing here is if you take both the cards, right, even though they're from the different financial institutes, the options that I get are very limited and they're very standard, and the same options are applicable for all the customers, right? However, in terms of volume or in terms of value of the customers, all the customers are very unique. Their purchasing interests are different. The way they like one thing is different from the way how other things or how others like it. So in order for this in order to rectify this problem, right, wherein I get a right option to redeem my reward points, I would recommend a solution to this problem, which is a personalized recommendation for the customers for reward redemption. Rather than getting a standard recommendation, standard option to redeem all the reward points, customers should be given an option to redeem the reward points of their choice, of their interest, and the rewards recommended to the customers must be different for different customers based on their purchase history or based on their behavior. So that is the solution that we have mentioned here. You can take into consideration the personalized features of the customers. For instance, the purchase history of the customers, the transactions made by the customers, or probably the personal details of the customers. In addition, in order to give even a better recommendation, we can also consider a non-personalized context, non-personalized features of the non-personalized features such as the currencies and the economic climate, whether you are doing a recommendation, whether you are giving an option.
Ramesh, you have 10 seconds left, so
okay.
Please wrap up. Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of solution implementation, this is how it is. You have an idea, then we have a data, then we can collect the data of the customers such as age, demography, income, customers' purchase history, transactions, and then we can take a non-personalized data such as the stock market behavior or the beginning or end of the month, use the right algorithms, and actually recommend the rewards to the customer.
Yeah, your time is up.
Okay.
Are you done?
Yeah, I am done. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much for that, Ramesh. Dr. Nikhil Jha, over to you for cross questioning.
Thank you. First of all, I should say I'm delighted to be part of this, and I look forward to listening to all the participants. And Ramesh, thank you for your presentation. I think, so you have a POC, which is good. I think you probably need to think a little bit more on the problem at hand. I think the problem statement, you point out one of the things which I think maybe needs a little more clarity, which is that there is a cashback option. Now, if I have a cashback option that essentially to every customer, it gives them the freedom. So whether the cashback is going directly to the credit card or in any sense, money is fungible, which means that if I have money to spare, then I can use it to buy whatever I want to buy. So can you elaborate a little bit on what the problem statement is given this thought?
Yeah. Um, so one of the thank you for your suggestions. Nikhil. One of the reasons why I put forward this, even though we have a cashback option, which gives you an option to redeem at a different, I mean, which gives you an option to actually purchase whatever you want. Still, the value of the cashback that you get, consider with the value that you can use for purchases are different. As I said, if 1 point gives you a 1 rupee to make a purchase, in terms of cashback, you may not get one rupee. You may get a lesser value. So in that, from that point of view, rather than taking a cashback where you might be getting a little lesser value, if we get a right product of my choice where I can get a better value than the cashback, then I would like to go for it.
All right, Ramesh. I think the key point here is not to look only from the customer's point of view, but I would probably want to look as from the side of the credit card issuer. If I'm a credit card company, I don't want to spend as much. I don't want to spend more than I have to. Let's put it this way, which means that I can tie up with certain companies and have them give me products at a slightly discounted rate because I'm going to offer that to a large client base. Okay, which means that there will be an issue with regards to the company itself wanting to consider this option or not. So I think marketing it from that point of view to say to the customers that to say to the companies rather, because ideally you would want this solution to be used by the credit card companies, right? That is
Yeah.
what you're targeting, right?
Yes. See, one of the reasons is, yeah, we want this to be used by the companies, not only to give the right choice for the customers, but also actually companies can cross-sell their products if they understand what customers are interested in.
Yeah, so that is something that you need to highlight in when you're pitching this. Okay. Otherwise, thank you for the presentation. All the best with it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ramesh Babu, for that incredible presentation. Really good job. So now we'll be moving on. Next up, we have Srijita Mukherjee with her presentation. Let me know when you want me to start the timer. You have 4 minutes, Srijita.
Hello everyone, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Are you ready?
Yeah, 1 second.
Yes.
Hi, is the presentation visible?
Yes, it is.
Hello?
Okay, you can start.
Yeah. Okay. My idea is to present an idea to predict the success of a new mobile phone regards to its cells when the device is in its ideating stage. According to According to Moore's law, we know that the number of transistors on one chip doubles every 2 years. Hence, any new technology that has been introduced becomes old in 2 years. So, for this reason, we are using data for 2 years for this purpose, for this analysis only. The main idea is to have comprehensive data of the smartphones, which was launched previously in India, and use various ML techniques like clustering techniques and logistic regression, and trying to predict whether a new phone will be successful or not, and get an estimate of the sales figure, and also try to handle some anomaly. There are different variables which we would extract from the already existing smartphone that were launched previously from various reports available online. The independent variable will be extracted from the same reports. So also the outer design score will be as a result of an internal server, that closed server that will be performed. The brand score is an intuitive thing that will be included in the data dependent variable. Segmentation. So since all smartphone does not rely in the same segment, we'll be using k-means clustering to segment the different kinds of smartphones. So there will it is suppose that there will be four specific segments in the smartphone: the premium, the semi-premium, the moderate segment, and the entry segment. From my research, as I know that currently the OnePlus is has the high market share for the premium segment, while the entry level and the medium segment goes to Xiaomi. So next we are moving forward for as you can see, after the segmentation, we will introduce our new data, that is the new smartphone that has been ideated in order to predict whether the smartphone will be successful or not, and see which segment that particular smartphone falls into. It will help in making the prediction easier, better, more accurate predictions. Second thing is now we know which segment the phone falls into using data of that particular segment. Only we build a random forest and split the data in test and trend data set. And check the accuracy. We then try to fit the data of the new phone we launch into the model and predict the independent variable. The random forest flowchart has been shown here. So we first filter it in the segment, use the data of the relevant segment, split the data, test, build the model, check the accuracy in the test data set, introduce data for the new phone, predict independent variable, and find out if the new phone will be successful. Lastly, from logistic regression, we can predict the sales by using using data from the time series, and we can predict the present sales and the present market share of a particular brand or company, and by multiplying both, we can predict what the total sales would approximately be. However, if two successful phones are launched in the same segment, this is the area that I got stuck in. I have to consider more calculations regarding this segment. Lastly, if a new company makes a market entry, we don't know what the market share of that particular phone will be. However, we can know which segment that particular phone goes into, and after considering the average market segment gained from other similar companies and some other similar phones, we can calculate the overall sales calculate this approximate sales from the overall last year.
Srijita, can you wrap up? You've exceeded the time. Any concluding statements?
These are the references and that I took the inspiration from. Thank you.
Thank you, Srijita. Dr. Nikhil, over to you.
Hi, Srijita. Thank you for your presentation. And I think perhaps the first response I have is that this is something that is commonly prevalent across analytics industry. Most firms, most manufacturers themselves will approach industry and analytics industry to get a sense of this. So I think perhaps you can motivate the novelty of what you are doing and why it is relevant, because this is quite common across a range of industries across the world, really. So you can find a large number of companies around the world, in US, in Europe, that actually focus on this, and several consumer research papers actually talk about methodologies. So how is this different?
So I went into the Google Scholar and searched for similar papers. I couldn't find anything similar to this. So most are after the product is launched, how to predicting the sales. But I am trying to find whether it is ideation stage. So whether when you are thinking of a particular phone, I am trying to see whether all the variables that I listed out after taking into account all these variables, whether that particular phone will be successful in the marketplace before we are launching that particular phone. So
Okay.
I get an idea and I want to see whether that idea is viable for the market.
All right. Yes, so I think this is something that if you have as a project, analytics firms would certainly be interested in, but you may want to research, look at the Google Scholar and other places with things like conjoint analysis and uh, and also look for things like state-specific stated preferences experiments will give you a lot of, and that's basically this is the idea that you come up with characteristics. So what you would want to think about is some unique way to add insights that are not commonly used like this. And so one thing you could do is probably look at how, particularly since in a lot of emerging economies, there's a lot of heterogeneity between people. So there are people from different income groups with different ethnic groups, and you can see how you can incorporate those things to better predict this, because that will be an additional edge over what is commonly done. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, thank you for your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you for the feedback.
Thank you, sir. Now we will have Srirag with his presentation. Srirag, are you ready?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes. You can start presenting your screen.
Yeah. I think you can see the screen.
Yes, we can. You can start.
Yeah. Actually, my idea of is of an application development, which is called a budgeteer that I have named, which is a application for an in hand very useful application will be for the travelers, who travel a lot, like to wander and something, and to give an overview about what is the basic idea, like what is the need of this app. And nowadays, of course, before COVID, there is a surge in travelers who travel on a budget, actually low budget. And also there is a common trend going on, like to travel not the conventional package trip of travel. From there, nowadays travelers are traveling, people are traveling to explore the places, mostly to know the people, to taste the the local foods, and to explore most of a place. So what they lack is there a lot of information that they to plan a trip for their vacation, that they lack. So commonly they went for a budget, a package trip. What is their option available? So as to give an introduction of this app, what this app is meant to do is collect the information from the user, that what type of what is the dates they are planning to do their trip, the budget they have, the number of people traveling, and the destination where they are traveling, and the motive of the trip, that is the what kind of travel they are planning, like the adventure or a leisure trip. There is a certain classification. So collecting these informations from the user in the form of a chat bot, like chatting with using questions and asking, taking the input as answers, and mapping these values to the database of the application, where we have the tables of database of the common, like the important travel destinations, like all the information, like transport, food, the staying options, cheap and expensive, and the different transport options, and the common the interesting places, offbeat places to travel. So what this app does is, by collecting this information, giving an perfect itinerary for their vacation, like including all the information whatever they need. And talking about the existing options, there is commonly these are the three options, like going for a package, which is a simple thing, but as I said, the trend is going like exploring on our own and on a low budget. So they are like the other thing they can do is taking the challenge of googling, like there is a lot of information available in all. We can make our plans by doing a self research on google about the availability of the all the details about the destination we are planning to go. And the other option is being a nomad, like having no responsibility and just travel for travel. So this type of travel also has certain limitations. So what the application is meant to do is just go and log into the application and have a chat, like as I said, the chat with the application with asking some question, answering like the information that I have mentioned, like where are they planning to go.
Srirag, you
Yeah.
exceeded your time. Do you have any concluding statements you'd like to make?
Okay. Then this is a test case that I have, like taking the Manali as an example. We the information the application will provide for the user, and the motivation for me to come up with the idea is all the information, the most of the information is available on the google, and what we have to do, take some time to research on this information and collect and make a plan. So most of the people will not have the time, and also we have a lot of application as real-time data as apis. So there is a possibility for this application to be a hit in the industry. And as I said, there is the market, like new travel trends going on, as solo travel and group travel, like people is loving to travel on their own and explore the most. So the challenges we may face and developing is data gathering, research. A lot of research has to be done, and updation of data, keeping update the collected data, and filtering to filtering the fake data. And there's some information that is not available will be a glut in the developing. And in the future updation possibles are like giving live itinerary for the whole trip, and suggesting music and book libraries for the user during their vacation. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Srirag. Yes, Dr. Nikhil, over.
Thank you, Srirag. And
Yeah.
I think your idea has good potential and viability, and I'm glad that you're aware of some of the challenges. So I think, of course, you do have major challenges of filtering the data in terms of
Yeah.
what is out there, and of course, it's not too difficult to figure out collecting, but other parts. But I think filtering and updating would be two crucial things. I think one of the things that probably you could think a little bit about is a lot of individuals, and this is not just the elite class of individuals, actually use travel agents. So how are you going to help sell this product as better than going to a travel agent is something that you should think of. I can think of a few things myself here, how it'll be better in terms of if you want an update, then it can easily be done at the convenience, whether a travel agent is there or not, and other things. But that's something that you need to think about. But otherwise, a good presentation. I'm not sure if you have a POC, if that was a mandate or not, but probably
Sorry?
if you have a proof of concept in terms of how you will, what is the package or what is the methodology that you're going to do? Is it just through, are you using
Yeah,
any
actually,
application?
I have this basic idea that actually I have come across an situation like this. Like we were planning a trip in college. So we at last came to an end on planning that trip on our own. And I am the one who more got into this research of collecting the information. So I came to know that there is a lot of information that we can make the plan for ourselves. So what is needed is the time. That is why this idea of collecting the information for the user and making the itinerary for them came to in my mind. And talking about the travel agents, like most the people who are not able to, like the older people, and that group of people may not be taking a risk to planning their trip on their own. And this like that is why they are going with the travel agencies. So when we provide a verified and true an information which is uh, with the most precision, and we prove that by collecting some testimonials from the already have like advertising it will drag more users from that category also.
Right. I think time is at a premium for everyone, so that's something that everyone has to consider if it's viable to proceed with this. I think this is something that is. I'm not aware completely of what your competition would be. I think there might be some ancillary stuff, like I don't know, make my trip in other places, do some additional stuff like this as well. So you might need to think about that. But
Yeah, also there in make my trip and other applications, we are paying more than what it should be paid. Like there is a like a profit, a certain amount of profit they are going, but if we like produce it as a lesser expensive,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. All right. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nikhil. Thank you so much, Srirag. Thank you so much, all participants, for your presentations. It was extremely, so enlightening to see the ideas that you guys have come up with. We thoroughly enjoyed it. So now, Ariman, over to you for some concluding words.
Thank you, Ruchira. So, first of all, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to Stratelytics for sponsoring our event. We are humbled to have such wonderful sponsor who respected our idea and made us deliver it to you the way we wanted. Also, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Nikhil sir, who despite his busy schedule, agreed to be the judge of our event. It's an honor to have such a man of intellect on board with us. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank the Invictus team, the House Secretaries Jigyasha, Hariharan, Tushar, and the Deputy Secretaries Shraddha, Abhishek, and Satabarna for giving us a platform and supporting us throughout this wonderful journey of organizing the event. Also, I would like to thank the CoResolved team for partnering up with us for hosting this grand event. My sincere thanks to Bhuvan, who put his entire soul into this process of making IdeaX a reality. Thank you. Also, my thanks to Ruchira for moderating this event so gracefully. And last but not least, I would like to thank each one of you, the participants who presented their innovative ideas today. Without you, this event would not have been possible. It takes a lot of courage to present such ideas, and honestly, all of you have done justice with the challenge that we posed. We appreciate it. So before we wrap up, I would like to tell you that this event is a mere start of a grand journey into the world of research. We at IIT Madras are in discussion with CoResolved on creating synergy in providing you all with a holistic experience in collaborative research. We aim to provide an open platform for discussion where students share their ideas about the field of interest and collaborate by prioritizing the quality of research work over arbitrary publication. Bhuvan, anything you would like to add? Go on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we are able to hear you. It is all yours. Yeah.
No, I put up the sticky note. But anyway, yeah, thank you so much, Aliman. It's honestly been a pleasure collaborating with you guys. I want to thank, Jigasha left. Jigasha also put in a lot of effort. I know the house secretaries are working very hard to make this event happen. So, and honestly, the entire Invictus Fest. And thank you to Nikhil sir. I know we asked very late and it was kind of impromptu, but it was really helpful to have you here. And I think everyone here has learned a lot. Uh, but yeah, we're more than excited to be able to, I'm sure as Ariman will speak now, to bring the club. And I hope that we see you guys there too. So thank you once again.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. So that is all from our side about our club. Well, till the time it all materializes, it's actually goodbye from our side. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and yes, all the best for the results. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.